Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Have I
Hi.
got chip in my teeth?
No.
Every time we
chippy.
start the podcast, this is how she
And
asks.
I've always got something in
Really?
my teeth as well.
You always go, have I got less in my teeth? Have I got bread in my teeth?
Really?
Yeah. I've got the receipts.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's like we've literally been vibrating off the walls. Now we've been all shy.
I
Oh my god, now I'm really shy, guys.
We've been talking non-stop for the
And then
past
we've been vibrating off
hour
the
and a half,
walls.
2 hours.
And we're like, same for the podcast.
So yeah, and now the podcast is here. We're like,
I feel media trained.
yeah.
Oh,
No.
But we've got questions
Yes.
and we're just going to shoot the shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna
A
shoot
bit of a
shit.
doddle.
We said earlier, Amber, what was the phrase you used? Pissing in the wind.
Just pissing in the wind.
And I said throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. It's the same
Pissing
sort
in
of
the-
thing is what we're going to be doing.
Just
with
excreting
today's
everywhere.
podcast. Oh.
And
Oh,
talking
pissing
of
in
that-
the wind. Isn't that really bad?
What, to piss in the wind? Jack, you don't know where it's going to go.
I'm just really autistic at the moment.
Pissing in the wind is like a phrase
Yeah.
that means like,
you're just kind of hoping it just goes in
Having
any
a go.
direction. Having a go.
Oh, see what
Trying
the fuck
your
happens.
best.
See what happens. Fuck around and find out.
yeah.
All right, I like it.
Yeah.
No, we're very excited.
I not bumped into, when I came to meet Amber today, I was so excited. Do you remember what happened?
I actually don't.
I weed.
Oh, shit.
You pissed?
Yeah, I jumped up and down.
That's
too
how
much.
bad my brain is being. I'm like, no, I don't remember having me
Don't
2
remember.
hours ago.
No.
That, yeah. Amy Weed, yeah.
That's how
she-
excited I am.
She did a
Always
child and
weed.
she jumped and she weed. Yeah.
Always way.
When I have a baby, it's going to be hell.
It's curtains.
Yes, curtains. And Alicia has been... You can tell the story. How long have you been on a coach for today?
Oh, too long, mate. 6 hours. 6 hours.
Alicia's gone through the 5 stages of grief, but we've established there's a few more.
Yeah, I've
after
created
today.
at least 5 more.
Just on the coach from
Just on the
Manchester.
coach. Yeah, no breaks, and I'm literally like clawing at the wall. Like, get me out! And it's, ow! It's not funny when you do that, is it, girls?
When you bite your funny bone.
Yeah.
Not funny at all.
Not funny at
There we go.
all.
There's the first fucking trying to northern accent there. Fucking hell. No, you've been through the ringer today.
Yeah, I've been through the ringer. It's just like I brought my laptop, and then the plug didn't even work, and then the laptop was dead. So then what I was going to distract myself with like, wasn't there. So then I was just sit with my own thoughts like this, like for like 6 hours.
No sick break.
No sig break, no music, no laptop.
And the man
Raw
in front
dog. No,
Literally, like
reclined.
horizontal.
One more time.
Horizontal on me, and I'm thinking personal space. So I'm just like coughing in his ear, literally like trying to like get him to move, and it works eventually.
We did move.
Yeah, I was literally going.
Stop doing that into
Sorry.
the microphone.
No, I can't wait to hear.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
Oh,
Congratulations for listening to us and like keeping it this.
They're gonna love it.
Yeah.
They're gonna love it. We're giving the people what they want.
Yeah, well,
They
you
don't have a
should, you
choice.
should be happy, guys, because Alicia's been through hell to get here today.
Yeah, you should be fucking happy.
But we'll do some blind. We'll spread them out.
Yes, so you have
And
a
we'll
segment
do-
on your podcast, don't you?
I don't know what
Called...
the fuck I have on the podcast anymore. Yeah.
What do you call it? Question...
Oh, Grief Anonymous?
Grief
Bit of
Anonymous. Yeah, Grief Anonymous.
Yeah, we'll do a bit of Grief Anom.
So we're doing a bit of that. We're doing a bit of that.
Yeah, we won't say names of people who have sent in and we'll just
No.
blind read them. So if you've sent in and with your question, you'll know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we will dox you online.
I do love doing the, like, when we ask people to send in their questions.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when we can't be asked, or not can't be asked, but when we feel like...
Makes it a bit easier, doesn't it?
when we can't be bothered
think.
to delve in and get deep, it helps us get into it. Like, if we're feeling a bit rusty at the start.
Oh my
yeah.
god, totally, yeah. You know,
When your
when
mind's-
you're just there, like you're in the mic and you're like, I don't know what to talk about.
It's good. It's good to help us.
Yeah, and good to
find
think what
topics.
are the community wanting, what are they asking, and
Yeah.
you know, look, we won't promise it'll be sound advice.
We've never
but-
promised that once.
Yes,
They know what they're
to be
getting when they
fair,
ask.
to be
Yeah.
fair, and we'll just see. But yeah, we thought give you a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
It's Christmas time.
Ew!
There's all the need to be afraid. That's a shit line, isn't it? Because it's
Very.
like, there's no need to be afraid.
There's definitely a need to be very afraid.
What about this one, 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 this one?
I'm gonna...
I can't stop doing it today.
I'm gonna adapt that section.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna shock you guys. Might shock the nation.
Oh my god.
I feel like I know what you're gonna say, but go on.
You think you know what
Go
you're
on.
saying? I...
Say it at the same time.
Oh, this could go really.
Imagine. 3, 2. 1.
I'm feeling
doing
quite
okay.
festive.
Yes.
I'm feeling quite festive this year.
Oh my god.
Really?
I'm not sorry to rub it in anyone's face.
Really? Tell me why.
Yeah. I actually found myself actually crafting the other day. I was like, fucking hell, this
Ornaments?
is so far. Crafting ornaments.
Good for you.
I'm feeling quite festive. Well, okay, maybe me being I'm okay is a far
Push.
cry.
Bit of a push.
But yeah, I was the same wavelength of feeling festive.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
What's that like?
I feel
Nice for you.
I don't know. I'm just excited to go shopping.
Yeah.
Oh.
Excited to buy some presents. Excited to, get into it.
It does feel. Do you know what? We should talk about that in terms of it does feel blasphemous, doesn't it?
Oh.
But I think.
To say you enjoy it.
Or to say like. I'm gonna dare myself to actually
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it,
Yeah.
and to actually, I think I wrote something the other day about it of just like permit yourself just to feel whatever you want to, like whether you want to, feeling like shit and being like I have nothing in the tank to be festive or any desire to be, but there does come a time where you do go, oh fuck, I'm feeling like a little Christmas elf on the shelf.
There does come a time,
There
guys.
does
You
come-
grievers
there does come
listening.
a time
Yeah.
There will be a time.
and I'm not going to sit and say when it is or how long goes by, but there will come a time where there will be, and you'll go, oh, actually, yeah, I wouldn't mind maybe actually going out to the shops, or maybe I
Yeah.
can stomach it. And that's all right.
Yeah, for
And it's
sure.
like, we could be like right here in this moment being like, oh, we're feeling good. Next week could feel like shit.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But like, in this moment being of like, I'm feeling quite festive.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
actually going to not shame ourselves for feeling it.
Exactly.
And it's not saying that because we're on this side that we are like, oh, this is it, we're bona fide now. Like I've had it where I think I remember like my first Christmas where I was like, oh my God, I feel good. Like, this is me now. Like, mum, dead, whatever. It's fine. I'm feeling festive. And then I think that the next year it was like, bam, back
Yeah.
again. And that's when I learnt my lesson. I was like, and I realised, oh yeah, like 1 year it can be cool and the next year not. But if 1 year it is cool, ride with it.
Yeah.
It's fine. And to, we can feel so guilty and shameful about so many things. So being like in this moment, but even at us being like, oh, like, shall we say it?
Yeah.
Like it
Are
is.
we, like-
It is. It feels
we all
like
right?
it goes against the status quo of what we think we should be feeling like in grief
Yeah.
and what we think others should be thinking about
Yeah,
us too.
definitely.
But that we should be like, yeah, fuck it, I'm feeling festive. Like I'm feeling festive in this moment, maybe for the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Next week could feel like shit, but right now I feel good. But it is weird when you are like, but it is weird when you do feel like, oh
Feel
my God,
okay.
I feel all right. I feel like I
Yeah.
could maybe
Yeah.
stomach a few things,
Yeah.
or I'm not seizing up at the sound of Christmas songs, or some are just fucking dreadful, so that will always be.
I was talking.
Worst Christmas
yeah.
song, go.
Oh.
Merry
probably the one that's like,
Christmas.
do they know it's Christmas time? 'Cause probably.
Yeah. Because maybe.
Probably.
The one that actually makes me feel really sad, and always has since I was young, is the one that's like,
We're walking in the
no, that makes me like.
Yeah, that one.
The one
Cheers,
that
Amber.
actually hurts my heart is the one that's like, so this is Christmas.
Oh,
Why?
yeah, sad, sad,
because it's
sad.
like, oh my God, it's over
And
again.
look what we've done.
It's like, yeah, what did
Yeah.
we?
That one.
The thing is, it's nostalgia, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's what.
Sorry, nostalgia is my.
Did you see that? This is the
Biggest
thing.
op.
That's why I try and like not let myself feel festive, because it's like I don't want to teeter into nostalgia and then be like, "Gah."
And go too far down.
yeah. Because if I start thinking about little old me as a kid, opening my presents,
Don't say that.
Don't
say that.
Don't
just makes me feel sick.
know.
But you know what? I have felt glimpses, and I think being in a relationship helps.
For sure.
Because I want to be happy for her, and I want her to make her Christmas really lovely. But it's also like I don't know, I just feel safe enough to experience it how I experience it. Like I don't feel scared to be sad. I feel safe enough to be like, okay, Christmas is Christmas, and I'm
Yeah.
going to be fine regardless.
Yeah.
But I never think it's going to be as bad as it is. And then on Christmas Day, I'm like punching walls, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Mum's dead.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I'm doing
That'll do it.
Can I tell you something I learned about nostalgia recently?
Go on.
I heard it on a podcast. It used to be considered,
mental illness.
yeah,
Yeah.
a mental illness or like a or like a disease. You could get publicly slaughtered
What?
for the symptoms. Let me tell you what the symptoms are, because I did a video.
Hysteria.
Yeah, hysteria. depression, anorexia.
Fucking hell, bruv. What about being gay?
You could get slaughtered for that as well. Sorry.
In it, bro.
Brother.
In it, brother.
Well, these were the things that they connotated with nostalgia that you would be. What?
Wow.
And this was like in, what was it, like 1500s or something.
What did they fucking know then?
What did they fucking know? But this is what I was saying.
Where are you getting your sources from?
Google, mate.
It's free service.
Google, mate. Have you ever heard of it?
ChatGPT, like.
Yeah, I was going to say AI.
I heard it. First of all, I heard it on the Miss Me podcast
Oh, that it's
with
true.
Jordan
Love.
Stevens. But the fucking symptoms of nostalgia are parallel to the symptoms of grief. Which is, yeah, you know, that's still not changed. So somebody back then could get killed for having these symptoms because it's a mental disorder. But yeah, we're experiencing them every single fucking day.
So we didn't get slaughtered.
Isn't it? God.
All lobotomized, so.
I wish.
I mean,
Oh,
wouldn't get-
wish.
some days I
Everyone
wouldn't
swap
pass
brains. No.
But yeah, I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But yeah, like you said, nostalgia is like my biggest op.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then sometimes we like to like see if it still hurts by listening to like old songs, and it's like, yeah, it still hurts.
It's like, it's got a lovely luring in. Like you feel like, oh yeah, just, and particularly around Christmas, like yeah, whatever it is, the traditions or anything, and like it lures you in a nice warm embrace, and before you know it, you're absolutely fucking weeping at the Christmas songs or the old traditions, and it's and sometimes like you need to, like sometimes you do need to go so deep into the nostalgia to remember what was, but like. And sometimes you don't want to, you just want to dip your toe in. But yeah, it's a very slippery slope nostalgia.
Yeah, at your own risk.
Yes.
I don't do that shit. I do not dip my toe.
Because you don't even listen to music, do you? That we used to listen to. Like sometimes I put it on and she's like, get it up.
No
I'm
way.
really like, sometimes I really struggle to, like, I've got less than for my mum, like a less than a handful of songs that I'll probably turn to, and I know there's probably more, but it's so locked away.
Yeah,
can't
innit?
even remember them.
So locked away.
What, as in her favourites?
Kind of like her favourites or music that would be, I don't know, played in the house. There's like genres that I know, but like specific songs, probably like a handful. Other than that, and that might just be what that is, but I'm like, they're locked away.
Do you think if you heard them?
I definitely
Then
think there's so many things that
know.
like if I hear it or TV shows and films and things, or someone talks about it, like if I'm working with someone, I'm like, oh my god, yeah, you just untapped something for me there. But like my actual sitting with it and thinking about it, or probably even making the time to think about it, I'm like so locked away.
Yeah.
Drama.
I feel like that. Like, I know what Mum liked music-wise. Like, I can remember
Spandau Ballet.
Lamar.
Oh, 50-50.
That's my fucking
It's
tune.
been a long time.
Justice in the world. So good. Turns out there's no justice in the world.
No.
Everyone you love will die. Newsflash.
Guys, I literally cried myself to sleep the other day.
Oh.
Because I remembered that I was going to die.
Oh, see, that makes me quite right.
Really?
Yeah.
You love that?
No, I just want to die.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
I'm not scared to die. I mean, I would be like, if someone said tomorrow, like, yeah, you got like a year, I'd be like, oh, Devo, like, more things to do. Like, a bit Devo, but I'd be like, I'm all right with my mortality. If my card is pulled, my card is pulled.
Wow, that's really interesting.
That's amazing.
And not kind of like, I'm like, I've done it. I'm just being of like, if it's my time, it's my time.
That's really interesting.
Two ends of the spectrum, isn't it? And I feel like
I do get like this. I would, yeah, be devoed, but I would be like, it's my card.
fuck that.
I've got to go. I'm needed elsewhere.
Wait, what?
So are you both petrified of dying? Is it dying, the act of dying, or just like not being here?
Oh my god.
I can't lie. The way this fucking government's going, I'm thinking, see you later.
yeah.
That new budget, autumn budget, I was like, fuck this, I'm out.
And I'm out. Well, it's like, I just remember I watched 4 episodes of Missing Dead or Alive, which is just like people
That's
gone
your
missing
favourite.
and they're dead or alive. It's captivating for one. 2, Nina was already asleep. Obviously, she's like 9:30. She's out.
I'm an early sleeper.
Yeah, she is. She's an early waker, early sleeper, and I'm a late waker and late sleeper.
Yeah, same.
So she's like me, and I'm literally like close my eyes, and then I get a sudden wave. It's the first time I've ever felt a wave of emotion like that, like that I remember.
Really?
Like not the first time, but like in a while.
Yeah.
That like I've had that full feet to top of my head
Yeah.
hot. It's like I went into like a panic attack, and
Yeah, I
I
was
just
gonna say,
started
it's like a
crying my
panic
eyes.
attack,
I just started crying my eyes out, and because I just remembered that I've only got, what, like 8 lots of 10, and I've already done 2.5, and that makes me feel sick.
Do you not feel like you've been here for ages though?
I feel like I don't even remember that. Like, that's gone, and I didn't even remember it. Like, that freaks me out. And then I'm like, and then I just look at people and I just like cry because I'm like, they're just gonna die, and I don't even know them. But I don't even really care. But I also care because, like,
you're aware of it. You're aware of like the limits of time.
Yeah, but I think it's also just like a hyper sensitivity and like a over empathy as like an autistic person. Like, I feel over empathy for everyone all the time,
Feeling it all at once. Yeah.
yeah, but it was like do
you want to live a long life?
I want to live a long life, but I want to die like I want to die like a boring death. Like, I want to just die slow, like just in my sleep, slowly and I want to die just like, I don't know, I don't want to die like living it up. I want to just go quietly. I don't want to talk about this.
Lisa's like, we're trying to expose your theory.
Safe word.
Safe word. No.
But like, it was crazy.
Yeah, that's
and then
a
I woke
lot.
up the next day, and halfway through my day, I was like, I remember that happening.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
That's strange.
How weird. And then I watched another episode of Missing Little.
Babe, maybe we can that. Maybe we
Yeah,
can.
we need to stop
I've watched it all now anyway, so there's
I've
nothing
finished
left.
it now. It's fine.
Wild though.
Oh yeah, I mean it's scary.
It is my biggest fear, death.
Is it?
Hands down. If someone said it's death. Yeah.
Mine's stickers.
Yeah, I know.
What?
You don't know that about me.
Stickers.
Yeah.
Run it back. What?
No, actually, it's not stickers anymore. Labels has taken over.
Amy, you know I need more context.
There's nothing else.
Imagine being the little sibling and just like having that power as
I
well.
can't lie, that's
She'd fall
really
to the
good.
ground.
So this has been since childhood stickers.
Since birth.
I'm not really as scared of stickers now, but like labels make me feel so
Labels.
sick. I'm just looking
Same.
around like, am I
Stickers.
safe? Anyway, back to the topic.
Back to
What's
dying.
your phobia?
I actually don't know.
Spiders.
Oh, no, I actually can't. I was going to say spiders. I don't know if heights. Yeah, but I am boring. Yeah, heights. I'll freak the fuck out.
You know you're not scared of heights, you're scared of falling.
Look at the guarantee.
Darling.
I do. I'm not in a, like. I'm scared of things. Phobia, like, too far of an extremity for me, but definitely scared of things. Oh yeah, I definitely am like scared of failure. I was giving Diary CEO podcast. I know, you know, when you're like, you shouldn't judge for phobias, but like being scared of stick, I'm like, just get it up. Just bring it up.
Bring it up.
Just like bring it up, like kind of. I'd be so intrigued with the psychology behind it.
I don't think
Fear is
I'm not
learned.
scared of them.
Just don't be scared.
I'm
I am bad at something, but I'm like, just don't.
Just don't, man.
Don't. Like, just don't be scared of stickers, Amy.
if you've got anxiety, just don't worry about it.
In it though.
Just stop worrying.
Guys,
worry
if you're
about it.
grieving, just don't.
Yeah.
That's all I've said.
No, I'm not scared of stickers.
are.
They make me feel sick. Like they put me off my food.
Is it like the peeling
The fur
off
and the
She
peel.
thinks they're grabbing her.
No,
She's
I
also
don't.
scared of banana skins too because they latch a bit
Yeah,
too
they're
tight.
a bit minging. Bananas, I think in general, are minging.
That
I
face
hate
she's
bananas.
Really?
Yeah, minging. Tastes like shit. Yeah, I don't enjoy bananas.
Nannies.
Nannies.
Enjoy
Anyway, should we talk
nannies.
about grief?
Oh, yeah,
should we talk about
So, yeah, we're moving away from you being scared of dying. Yeah, for
Yeah,
me,
sorry about that.
just sort of capping that. Yeah, I'm all right to go. I wouldn't mind dying. I can't lie. When I think about my mum and dying at 51, I think fairs.
Good going.
You're a bit tired.
I just think
Had
I
it
think
all.
I think I'm tired already. I'm tired at 28, and I'm thinking if this is what it is for the rest of it, like, yeah, I'll be all right by now at 51.
So fucked
It's so sad what
So
you're
fucked
saying.
up.
I don't know, kind of. I know what you mean. Everyone has that reaction. I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm a bit wired wrong, but in terms of, I just think, I don't know. I'd be like, yeah, I'd be. I don't. I tell you what my fear is. This is where it probably comes from. Is getting old and becoming.
Senile.
Yeah, like the thought of losing my brain, autonomy over my body,
Yeah.
having to probably depend on people.
Yeah.
Count me out.
That's what
So that
I was
for me
gonna
when I
say
think
about
like
myself too.
I'd be, I won't say I wouldn't be happy like bowing out at my mum's age or similar, but I'd be like, yeah, if I was to go a young 60.
Yeah.
A young 60, we'll call it that.
60's the new fucking 40.
I know,
mate.
but like that's what I'm thinking. If if someone says to me like, right, yeah, you'll reach 70 and you will be decrepit, and I'll be like, yeah, cool, I'm chipping.
I'm gone before that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
That's probably my part in terms of I'd be so grateful to get old and doing things to look after my body to get there, to be nimble, and you know, you can't guarantee anything, but the idea of being elderly,
it's hard.
Yeah.
That's also an interesting conversation with well, I've always found that when people lose people but they watch them suffer for a while, or they have parents that get to the stage of like dementia or becoming, like you said, senile and stuff, like
it's agony.
Yeah, thank fuck I didn't do that.
Yeah, like that
I did
sounds
that too.
Count myself
of
really
kind of
bad.
thinking,
Sudden.
Yeah, the pain of having a sudden loss, and you know, as you can look at everyone's other side of their grass and be like, "Was it greener?" and that. But I think I always do think like of, I don't know how I would have coped of seeing if mum going through a really long-term illness, or being elderly and caring for aging parents. Like it's a whole different ballgame of watching someone repeatedly die over and over again. And even with Poppy, like we almost got a small window of that. You know, she wasn't dying until she was dying.
Yeah.
And even that was only a mere couple of weeks when she was in a induced coma and sedated, and that alone I was like, this is fucking awful. And I really think of like, God, if I had to do this for my mum, no way.
That's
so
what I
yeah,
thought.
it's there's parts I think of you losing someone suddenly, and agony isn't just, you know, trying to rewire your brain of, oh my God, my mum was here one day and now gone the next, and how fucked up that is. But there are parts I do think you always think about, if it was the other way around, what would it be like, and you can romanticize and whatnot. But I do think, with my 19-year-old brain then, would have done a number on me even more.
In it. That's the thing, like, I remember we both made, I think you kind of made the executive decision, but let me have leeway with it. But when we got asked the question, like, do you want to go in and see her, we both said no straight away.
Yeah.
And it was like, there's no way that there was ever going to be a chance. Like, we knew that would have been the last time that we would ever be able to, but we both still said no.
Yeah.
Because it was that state we didn't
like,
want to see.
we're not doing
Yeah.
that. Like, we're not going to remember her like that. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to see that and then that be the last thing I see. Like, I'm happy that the last thing I said to her was love you, and she said it back. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And like that for me makes it all okay. That's like, that's it. That's all that was, and that's all that it ever was going to be. But it's interesting that like I count myself lucky. Like I kind of did at school, and it's like I was going through the hell, like the worst thing that anyone could ever go through, obviously, at school. And then it's like, but at the same time, there was part of my brain that was like, you fucking lot don't know shit. And I do.
I had that
And I had a high horse.
Yeah.
I
oh
had
my
that.
God, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like also I would gag to be in any of their positions, but like also like, haha, I know about the world and you don't, and it's coming for you.
Yeah, oh my God, it's so well. Kind of being like, kind of like elitist, or kind of, I would very much in the years after I'm kind of, from 19 to, even now, but kind of, you look at friends and you're like, oh my God, like, what do you mean you've got full sets of grandparents and parents stuff, and you're like,
Crazy.
How is everyone still here? How is there not a degenerative disease running through your family?
Yeah.
No heart issues, nothing.
Innit?
You're like, that's like a royal bloodline. What the fuck? But kind of holding both of like, God, how much I'd love to be so blissfully untouched by the horrors of the world and what it can do, but then also holding this, I think gratitude was too far of a word for it at the time of feeling it, but of almost like a just an understanding of that, like, okay, the world has revealed its cards to me of like, this is how fragile it can be, and this is the real fucking shit here. And learning that from a very early age, I guess almost not like a pessimistic lens, but being of like, awful things can happen to really good people at any given time. And just awful things can happen at any given time. And having that awareness of life, and having that at times weigh you down of like, oh my God, my mum was just here one day and gone the next, but also how that has fueled me in my life and shaped it, of being of like, I look at friends who maybe are quite sheltered in, or people in their lives are just a bit sheltered of kind of not being touched by it, and actually feeling pitiful, again, maybe too strong of a word, but kind of pitiful in terms of like,
it's coming.
Pitiful in a sense of like, oh, I'm sad for you. Yeah, it is, it's coming. And kind of, I think of so many conversations. There's always this one conversation that I always kind of remember in my mind of when I used to work back at Virgin Atlantic when I was in my fucking airport days.
You
Christ.
red lip
No
it,
way.
beautiful
Yeah, we red
heels.
lip him. It was hellscape.
Yeah, I bet.
And I never forget, we were like, I think I just started Grief Gang and was starting to talk about it, and people in the workplace were getting a bit buzzing about it, whatever. And I never forget, there was this lady, she was a manager, she had a daughter herself, and we were talking about something. She was just like, oh no, I just can't talk about it, I just can't think about it. And I remember thinking, oh, how luxurious for you too. But then I was looking at her and I was like, oh God, it actually extends further than just my peer group. It extends to people who are older, who haven't been touched by, I say not by hardship in general, but by death, and are so unaware of it, being like, it's going to come, and that actually it's going to come, and as painful as it's going to be, it's going to give you some really interesting perspectives about your life and how you want to live it.
Also, it teaches you, like, this is the most cliche thing fucking ever I'm about to say, but like...
The cliches are there for a reason, though.
They are,
Isn't it?
yeah.
They are there. As jarring as they are, they're like,
people have said it.
they've actually got some substance to it.
Like, go for a walk.
Yeah.
It
Get
just
some
teaches
air.
you so much about yourself. I just feel like I unlocked a part of me that's way better
Yeah.
than anything
I
I,
like
would
me
have
more
been
today.
Same.
Yeah.
Like, I was just...
So weird.
I just find it quite cringy when people haven't been through
Same.
grief.
Ick. No one's died. Ick.
What do you mean?
No,
What do you mean?
No, but I'm with you. I know what you mean. Like, we're joking.
That's
there,
obviously a joke, but you know what I
but
mean. It's got
in terms
some
of
real...
there is a
yeah.
thing of when it's very rare for me now in terms of meeting someone new who isn't, because my world is a vacuum of kind of grief, and I guess purposely surrounding myself people who have experienced some form of loss, and that's not just death related, of just having a loss and knowing what it's like to lose something and someone. Because I think when you do meet someone and you kind of like, how do you get to the conversation, and they haven't been, either before even getting there and getting to know them, you kind of already know that, okay, if hardship or as grief lives in our life, already kind of... It's hard because you don't want to write them off just because they don't know it. And because some people... I've got amazing friends in my life who haven't been through death but have gone through losses, who have been amazing in supporting me. But there is that initial... How's this going to go? Of when mine resurfaces or surfaces in so many different instances. How is that? And it's hard not to kind of feel like, all right, talk to me about your silver spoon.
Yeah, but I feel like that's what it like that what you just said there takes me back to not wanting to bring it up because you felt judged or were embarrassed. Like that for me is like, I don't know, you don't want to be... I never wanted to be the girl with
dead mum.
with a dead mum in a group. I never wanted to be treated like that. Whereas now I'm so much happier in that role. But like back then, fuck that.
That's because your grief now, you've got a relationship with your grief now.
Yeah.
Your grief is now a relationship where you're, dare I say, maybe semi-proud, or you're able to see the quote benefits of your grief and how it has moulded you into the person that you like, the version of yourself who you love.
Yeah.
And you're able to be like, oh yeah, my grief isn't just like the fucking stinky mate in the corner.
In it.
And you're actually you're actually like, like when you're in this group setting, you're like, oh god, yeah, I really feel like I am the girl with the dead mum, and it's slapped on my forehead. And now you're
and
like,
everyone's just like,
yeah, and you're like you're feeling like everyone's got the ick about you.
yeah, because everyone's pitying you, everyone's scared to be around you.
And now you can walk with confidence. If they're like, my grief doesn't wear me, we walk alongside each other, and like my grief has made me who I am today, and I wouldn't change it. And it makes you sit with a confidence.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's like, I kind of, going back to what you were saying about how you look at people that are like adults, and you're like, how do you not know what it feels like when I did this as a child?
Yeah.
But then it's interesting, like I remember feeling like that a few years ago when my grandma passed away. Our grandma.
She does this with mum. She does this
my
with
mum
mum.
passed away.
When I lost my mum.
Yeah, my mum.
Yeah,
I'd be like, my dad. I'd be like, that's our dad.
Yeah.
Literally. But
That's such a sibling thing all the time.
So
my
good.
mum. You'd be like, you mean
our mum.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot she had you as well.
Had me first.
It's such a sibling
Oh
thing.
god, carry on. Sorry.
So you're back to grandma.
Back to your granny.
Back to Granny. So yeah, and then I just remember looking at Dad and being like, oh, you're going through this for the first time now?
Yeah.
Not first time, sister.
His mum only died once. His dad died before that. I understand that.
Oh, right.
But I mean the death of a mother, right?
Yeah, mother loss.
And I'm just thinking like,
the weird like display of like
dynamic.
you're like, oh, I can support
I'm
my
teaching
dad.
you.
And, yeah.
And it's also
Yeah.
like, it was such a weird thing because he supported me so emotionally, so great. Like the conversations that we had at the time were just so great. But I remember, I don't know, feeling like I know this and you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, when that happened, I just remember being like, he understands me.
Yeah.
Could you not
How
relate to
strange is
him
that?
with losing his dad though? Quite young.
I mean, potentially. We never spoke about him. That's the thing.
We never knew him.
We
Yeah.
never knew Grandad.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't know, maybe it is an
No,
autistic
I hear you.
perspective, but it's like, that's not in my life, so I don't consider it.
It was hard. It's hard to, even though, you know, it'll seeing your dad's conversations or how he spoke about his dad and grew with him at a young age, and having that commonality between you of like, it's always, if you don't have a relationship with it, it's not that you can't empathise or sympathise with your dad and have that connection, but it's hard to bring it to such a level where you're like, oh, I can really enmesh in it because I don't know this person. And that is, I think, as parents, it's really hard. And when I've met parents or spoken with them and kind of like the difficulty, or even people who have like children or sort of our ages or a bit older and have had children, kind of that weight of if they've lost a parent young and, you know, before their child has been born, when they're really little, of like, how do I, when this child gets older, try to tell them how important this person was to me? Because, and I think about it too, because when I think of like, my mum's mum died in like 2 weeks after giving birth to my mum. So my mum grew up without her mum. So she mourned for her like in her own, but almost similar. She kind of couldn't, my mum always used to say she couldn't grieve what she couldn't miss because she didn't have her. She didn't know what it was like. She was raised by her grandmothers and her aunties and these incredible women. And kind of, but then I kind of can semi think for my mum of how when her grandmother died, she was like her secondary mum. When she died, I was about maybe 3 or 4. My dad always told me like she really mourned for her, and even not too long before my mum died, like every now and again would catch her maybe crying like or shedding a tear and stuff. Like it was a great loss for her, and I had no idea. And I mean, I was a teen, I was a beast. I was like, okay, mum's crying. I was a beast. Yeah, I was just like, I was like, mum's crying
weird,
in the
isn't it?
car.
Is that crazy?
But then now being in now and thinking, oh my god, when I have a child, hopefully, if one day if I can be asked,
If you're not like this, I hope I don't.
yeah, yeah, pop me close before I pop a baby out. Thinking about a bit of like, oh my god, that's now me, or that if that will be me one day, of that I could have a child and I could be weeping in the car crying because like okay,
Yes.
because they're like, I have no connection to it. And that's, you know, it's different in terms of I didn't really know, my mum didn't want to talk about her. She was quite, I guess we never really are, she wasn't really a conversation too much, but it can change. And, you know, children can have a relationship with someone who isn't here, but it is hard as a child to kind of, even though you've got that shared commonality with your dad of, okay, we both lost a parent young, and him supporting you and having that commonality, it's hard to go that level deeper.
Yeah, it is. And it's just like, it's strange. It's like, I don't know if anyone else really feels like this, but it's like when, like Nina's parents, for example, lost their parents young and suddenly, and then Nina's like, don't ever be scared to grieve in front of my parents because they've been there. And it's so hard for me to see that because they're adults. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, they have been there. Of course they've been there because they were like, her mum was, I think, 16, at least young. But it's so hard for me to, I don't know.
Yeah.
Relate. I don't know.
No, I know what you mean. Of kind of like, because when you kind of, you know, even as we get older and like you always still look for the adult in the room.
Yeah.
And then when you see like the adult in the room who's either like really displaying of their grief, and you're like, it's unnerving, not in like an unnervingness of like you're afraid of it because you know it, but it is kind of when you're holding so much, or maybe in that moment, if you're showing grief or you're opening up, whatever it is, and you kind of look for that adult in the room, if there is the adult in the room, to kind of to soothe you, to looking for that parent, that mother, whatever, and seeing that there.
Scanning.
Scanning. I know, I can't, looking around being like, oh, there's no other adult in the room. Or when you realise the adult in the rooms are like...
Is you.
And you are like, oh, fuck. And that's the part on that moment of like, the adult in the room is you, if like the elder person is displaying grief or going through it, and you're like, oh, actually, I may be more processing my grief, and actually I'm
can
more of a
actually help.
benefit
You
to
can
help
help.
them there, like with your dad, kind of like being like, oh, I can actually help my dad here. No, that's a lovely thing. It's like, this is new.
Yeah.
Like, what's
Isn't
that?
it weird though that like we could have I could have helped mum in her grief with our grandparents when she lost her mum and she lost her dad, but
I didn't
only
even
now because she died.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
and you
like,
can't do
I
it
w-
before that. Yeah. And that's the way of life. Like, you can't do it
Yeah.
before they go.
Yeah.
And that's the shit part. And that's like the whole thing of like,
Just being
it's-
like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
Which was, no, I
I
get
wish
it
I could
now.
have
Yeah.
hugged her with a bit more of like a.
Oh my
I
god,
get
so
it.
much. Yeah, as much when I think of like, that's the times when
That
I
pain.
don't really have many like regrets or like things. I think we should do that differently. Like I hear a lot of people, you know, who I work with or just kind of talking with, saying like, I wish I could turn back time. Particularly those who lost young and been of like, I wish I wasn't such a bitch with my mum and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, you said that before.
Yeah.
No, I don't really relate. I don't feel that. I don't feel like not being a bitch. And I was like, because I always felt that. I remember when mum died of feeling like me and mum would have the most blaring arguments, and we would
This
be.
is what I think
and
I
and
remember.
yeah, I was like, we'd have the most awful, like we should call each other cunts a lot.
Yeah.
Like we were when we'd go, and it was when I was getting really into my teenage years. And I remember when she died, and thinking for a brief minute, thinking, God, that's really bad, not okay. But then actually being like, at least we were true with each other.
Yes.
Like we didn't actually hold back with each other how we
Yeah.
were feeling.
Yeah.
As much as we would go for each other, we loved each other in equal measure too. And so there probably were periods where I did look back and think, God, I regret and wish I could turn back time and not being such a bitch to her and whatnot. But I don't hold that now. But I think when I do think back, I think I wish I could have, in those moments where she was maybe quite vulnerable, or now through my lens and grieving lens of knowing, oh, that was her maybe having a moment and reflecting and thinking about someone, maybe her nan or whoever, that I could have maybe just been a bit nice. And I was like, they'd been like, oh, stop crying, mum.
Well, yeah.
But in terms of I probably
But
was a
you
bit
don't
like,
under-
oh, just be
yeah.
like, oh, look
It's
the
not
other
the
way
same
and
thing.
not acknowledge it. Again, I've been of like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it.
It is. And it's like, because it depends on the day. Like, for me, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, fuck's sake. Like, I wish I could just, if I could, I would. And
What?
I'd go back and
Go
I
back?
would just talk to her again. And I would, like, there's so many things, because obviously I came out after she passed away. So there's like, there's loads of layers to it. But our relationship was quite up and down because of, I feel like, my emotional regulation and like not understanding that I was autistic and ADHD. And it's like,
But also her lack of not knowing how to deal with that.
it goes both ways. But it's also like, there's days where I'm like, I wish I could do it, and there's other days where I'm like, I was a teenager, like,
You're a
oh my
baby.
god, like I was a
That's what you
teenager,
got, you said that grace.
and I never got to the point where I was an adult yet. I never got to the point. It's because I'm an adult now,
Yeah.
and now maybe it's because I've been through grief, but maybe it's just because I'm an adult, and like, obviously our relationship would be better now. That would be ideal.
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
to that point, but like, I was a child and I lost her as a child, so like, I can't expect myself to, before I even knew that I was gonna grieve,
Yeah.
because it was so sudden, I can't expect my subconscious
Of
to read
course.
into the future and be like, oh my god, you need to treat her better.
No.
And also like, yeah, I probably am the way that I am because that happened. Like,
Exactly.
I
It's
probably
the
wouldn't have
chicken and
been
the egg, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so you just have
Agreed.
to let go. And
It's
and
things I think of like as you grow, I hear so much, Alicia, and kind of things of like where I think, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
In terms of, I get like me and mine as well. Like I was saying, having arguments and calling each other cunts. Like that isn't normal. Like I know it's not. I remember my boyfriend. We got together when we were 16, and like coming into my. I was actually only kind of in like recent years like having the conversation. And I remember thinking, I was like, oh, is that not what happens at your house? Like, you don't like scream at each other and call each other
Screaming
cunts
matches.
and then be like, oh, what do you want for dinner? And, like, just being fun in the next moment. And it wasn't normal, like the way we argued. And it was actually, you know, a good couple, maybe like 5 years after my mum died. And really, I started to think of like, yeah, some of the shit she did wasn't okay. Like some of the ways that she was and her behaviours and the way we were, like, wasn't okay from both of like her and me. And going through that process of kind of being really fucking angry at her and really upset, but then also like a whole nother grieving process in itself, but also of like, I've now arrived at a place where I'm like, I can understand why my mum was the way she was, very dysregulated herself. I think my mum probably definitely had maybe some mental health issues, and she'd gone through a lot with my dad and just in her own personal life, and like being able, I think, to, as naturally growing up and just as women and growing up and being able to go through our own hardships and realising how we can react to things and respond to things, and you realise, oh fuck, it was just their first time as well.
That's exactly what I was just about to say.
First time on the planet.
She had no road of, like, how do you raise two kids when you've just gone through a separation and it's been awful, and like actually, you know, when you do fly off the chain a little bit and call each other cunts and it's this and that, like, and actually going, oh, do you know what, Mum, I understand it, and like I kind of dabbled with like, okay, I understand it, like, do I have to forgive it? No. I'm like, I understand it and I don't have to agree with it, but I can understand of meeting my mum in the middle of like, you know what, I can see why you got to that level or made that decision or didn't make that decision, and that for me has been really like being able to see my mum as more than just my mum, but also just woman to woman.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
That's where we're at. And also, I was just going to say that when I was hearing you speak then, it made me realise why I'm feeling that too. And it's because we're getting closer to the age. Well, obviously, we're not close,
but we're
growing into, we're having more experiences that they would have had. Realising the world's fucking hard place to be in, having all the, like...
We're probably, you know, being used well, Amy, but like, how old was your mum when she had you?
35.
Yeah.
When she had you.
But did Mum die when I was 18? 19?
You were 20.
Okay, because I was going to say that's a weird parallel.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because we're the same age.
Yeah. You're
28.
When's your birthday?
14th February.
Love. 97, yeah.
Yeah.
10th of May. Bash.
97.
Yeah.
But it is interesting
But
you say that.
we're kind of reaching those ages, maybe, and like our worlds are running parallel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like you said, Alicia, we're at that point now. And
I think we are,
I think that has been one of the hardest things.
Yeah.
Same.
Because we've spoke about it before on the podcast, but just like, first of all, realising that they're gone, which sometimes I don't even think I really do.
No, I don't know that yet.
But then not only that, but realising, because when someone dies, you do put them on a pedestal, and it's like, you can't say a bad utter word about anyone.
Disrespecting the dead.
All of that, and then for me to actually sit and be like, actually, this was bad, you know, there's things that weren't good
No.
at all.
Set us up to fail.
And I still feel really uncomfortable talking about the the bad stuff, but I think it's important to do that, because I think it's just because they're gone doesn't mean that what they did is wiped.
It doesn't take away from their good, though, does it?
And also that you can still love, like, I think the thing with grief as well, there's so much confliction all the time. Is confliction a word?
Yeah.
Conflict.
Yeah.
It's like
multiple truths.
Yeah,
It's multiple truths. At
truths.
times.
Like,
my
I'm
mum was
grateful.
amazing, and she was fucking
And she
hard
was
at the same
shit.
time.
Yeah.
And I can be grateful for her, but I can also be, resentful of some things, or I can be depressed but grateful for life at the same time.
Absolutely.
Like, grief is all about that, and it's fucking long.
But it's also like, I feel like that in the way about like, about mum, and then like sometimes I have days where I'm like at home and I'm like, does my therapist hate my mum? And I'm like, Like, sometimes I sit in therapy and I'm like, but she was great, by the way. Like, I love her. Because, like, sometimes I look at my therapist and she's like, I don't know, I can feel her anger.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, I feel that anger too, but then I go home and then I feel bad because I feel like I was bitching about her.
You're protective.
I'm protective of her, and I'm protective of her image because, I'm portraying it. Like, she can't portray her own image anymore. Yeah. So I have to portray her image. And if I'm portraying her image as, like, some shit mum that fucked up, then that's she can't defend
really
herself.
hard.
But it's also, like...
You want to speak that truth.
Because it happened. It was real. And it's like, our relationship could have been better because of both of our behaviours. But it also helps me understand, like, the way that people reacted. Like, I don't want to, like, talk too much about it, like, in a doxing way, but in, like, in a way that's, like, I can be angry at people for acting certain ways with me after she passed away in the same way. Like, they can still be good people and they can still have fucked up and just treated me bad. And, like, now our relationships aren't there anymore. And like sometimes I feel really bad about it, and I'm like, oh my god, but everyone was grieving, and like why is it my grief only and no one else's? And like, but it's not that, it's just that everyone's
You're allowed
good
to
and
feel
everyone's
how
bad. It's the circle of life, isn't it? It's just everyone's on the planet once, and it's their first time, and
it's a very freeing place to be, like what you described there, Alicia, kind of like not only the reflection of like of our mums and being like, okay, there was some really shit bits about them and the relationship, and to be able to extend that grace of, oh yeah, it was just their first time as well. And then also kind of bringing it in close and being like, the people who maybe did really fuck up at the times and stuff, like the people that we did cut off and whatnot, and being able to, and I know for people listening thinking whether they're going through immediate heartache with someone right now who's not showing up for them, whatever it is, blah blah blah, of that, and not everyone. And I think what the key part of this is that it's not trying to be of like, oh, give that person your forgiveness and stuff like that. No. It's not that. It's kind of being able to...
It's just bigger picture,
just
isn't it?
Just the bigger picture. And I think it really is like one of the... if you want to talk about stages of grief and shit, that's crock of shit. But like, I think it is a stage when you reach to it and when you can pan out and you go, oh fuck, we're all just like pissing in the wind. We're all just pissing in the wind.
And shit at the wall.
Both our loved ones who have died, people who are supporting us, and that like, it can go as far as saying, we're all just trying our best. Look, some people ain't trying their best, and that's fact.
Some people really
Some
ain't.
people really aren't trying their best, and being able to pan out and to go, oh, okay, they did some bad things, the person who died or people in our lives, doesn't make them inherently bad people.
No.
And vice versa for ourselves as well. And it's a really, what you're saying, Amy, kind of like the conflicts of grief. Like, I talk so much with people of like both and like that multiple truths, and like the fact that multiple truths can exist all at once, and like in our world we just don't live like that. Everything is either good, bad, happy, sad, yes, no, and it's very binary. And in grief, like, you have to have kind of a non-binary mindset. It has to, grief is grey, and that is like in the world of like, what, but like it's good to be grey in grief, to have like kind of, oh yeah, that I can really evangelise my mum and hold her for all the amazing parts that she was, and the mother that she was and woman that she was, being of like, she was hard work, and they can both live at the table at the same time. And when you kind of allow that, you have like, oh, I don't have to subscribe to it just being she's either a good mum or a terrible mum, or that even, which is talking with your therapist, and even that, Alicia, of like, I so hear that of when you're like, okay, I'm sharing this because I want to process this and move through it, but that fierce protection
Judgment.
of that.
I don't want them to judge her though.
And that's that part, and it's a tightrope, because you're like, right, okay, I want to maybe share this with people, and whether it's professionally in those spaces or personally with friends and family or whoever, but like holding that truth of that, okay, I can say these things about my mum and the more difficult things, and I know the truth of that. That's not the whole makeup of her,
because it's the same thing as if she was still alive. Like, people's opinions of her don't define her when she's alive, and they don't define her when she's
also
dead.
people fucking bitch about their parents all the time.
All the
Oh my god, she's so
time.
this, she's so that.
Exactly.
It's like,
That's
what?
just how it is. Like, and it's just like, I think I got to a point in my grief where I decided that like, I'm gonna do the radical thing, and I'm gonna just live outside the binary, and I'm gonna start calling in sick to work because I feel like shit, and I'm gonna start actually telling people how I feel, and I'm gonna start actually going into school and just sitting there and crying my eyes out, and not masking for anyone. I didn't like, as soon as I decided that I'm just gonna like, I feel like it's somewhat of like a radical decision to just be.
But to be engulfed by grief, to just
grief,
let it, to just surrender to it, and to go do what you want with
exactly,
me.
and to not be like, I can't do this because of grief. I can't, like, the binaries exist because of the world that we live in, but they're not actually there. Like, you can just step away and just
and they've never been a
pace.
metric or something that has actually benefited us. Like, so many things to stop us from processing our grief is so that we don't feel pain. It's like, we have to feel the pain to move through it, and to be of like, to sit there and to, like, on the topic of kind of talking about their difficulties, of being of like, to sit and being like, oh my god, yeah, like, that was really not cool. My mum did that. That was really not cool when she behaved like this. Like, it's painful to sit that, but like, I can sit and the last thing I'll say on it for that part of when I'm with people in a group or whatever, I'm like, to honour someone completely and fully, you have to honour their bad bits as well.
Authentic.
You have to honour their full authentic self. Like, you have to be of like, like, my mum was my funniest person, ever laugh at her own jokes, and being like, she was highly dysregulated as well, and like,
all the best people
because
are.
she was a person. That's the difference, because she was actually
human.
a person.
And if I didn't acknowledge her flaws, I would sit and be like, I'm not honouring my mum in full.
Yeah. You
I'm
probably
honouring her
also
in
wouldn't know
full.
her fully
Exactly.
if
I didn't see
work
those
through that,
parts,
yeah.
of like, oh my God, who's just like Barbie doll of a mum?
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's that part, and I've seen it, and people that I work with in groups, and just when you actually give people that invitation to go chat shit about them, like, you're not going to get smited. Because guess what? What's the
Guess
worst
what?
that can
She's
happen?
not gonna-
Guess what? Yeah, she's not going to fucking
can't
tell
hear
you
ya.
off. She's
Going to strike you with lightning.
Exactly, like, and it's
Come back as a ghost.
It's actually one of my favourite things when I'm working with someone. I say to them, like, I give them the invitation, like whether it's like a prompt or something, and I'll say, like, you know, just take a moment to think about it. And for some people, you know, it comes whirling out like they have been waiting a hot minute, and some people it's a minute, and they go, and they say it and they go, oh yeah, they're like, this is really uncomfortable, and I'm like, it's okay. And I'm like, it's not meant to be comfortable. It's the first time you're doing it, and they do it, and then I'm like, how do you feel? And they're like, yeah, fine, like,
I think
because
it's just more
Well
human,
done,
isn't
Anne.
it?
it's so human. And then because they know, then in the next breath they can say something nice about them or something, and that them saying the hard thing, a difficult thing, doesn't take away from all the best bits of them.
But I think that's the advice there is then, for us grievers, it is obviously to exactly what you said, honour all the parts of them in order to move forward. But I think the only way that that's going to change is if people asking us and supporting us and listening to us
Stop
let us,
sugarcoating
yeah,
everything.
just let us say those things without being like,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Yeah, like-
we're like you should, yeah. I think people trying to help support grievers, if you're listening, just make sure that you do let them talk about those bits as well, and you don't like think like, oh, but I thought she was this.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
remember
She
that
was
these
all of
people
it,
are all
yeah.
of it.
It's like, it's just the same thing. It's the same advice as just follow their cue.
Yeah.
Just follow their
lead.
cue. Like,
Yeah.
if they're going to start a bitch sesh, let them, because they need to.
Yeah, don't be shocked. And,
Like,
oh my God.
It's so weird, especially with friends. I don't know if you find this with, like, talking in your friendship groups that you had with your friends that passed. Like, when I talk about Eliza with my friends, it's like, when we talk about her bad bits, it feels like we're bitching about her, because as a group of friends, talking about our friends' bad bits just chucks you straight back in, doesn't
Yeah.
it? But it's like, oh wait, like, that actually happened. Like, there was a year, like, we lived together and she moved out. Like, it was bad. Like, there was a part that was bad, and like, that doesn't take away from the fact
It's the
that
truth.
because that happened, even though that still happened, I was still her best friend.
Yeah.
And that's true. Even though you called your mum a cunt and she called you one, she was still your mum and you were still her daughter.
Exactly, yeah.
And like, that's it. It's just,
Yeah.
it's just it, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same with me and Fran. But that's something I've not even... Because what's interesting with us three, I mean, we've all lost
There's
a
a lot
parent, a
interesting
mum,
about this.
but also a friend.
Yeah.
And I have never really... I found it easier to talk about Fran's bad bits than I did to talk about mum's bad bits. Obviously, because my mum's bad bits are more traumatised by. And Fran's bad bits was just silly school stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause, yeah, you were
But
young.
coming, like, I'm only just starting to talk about what I did wrong to Fran, and like those things as a teenage girl that I wish I could change, and how I wish I could have been there for her. And I also spoke to Amelia about it a bit when we did our talk, just about the difference of suicide related deaths.
Yes.
And how I think I haven't even started thinking about Fran's death, because I've only just started thinking about mum's, really, and how it's affected me. I think that I will probably go into, and I think it's okay to go through this motion. I think there will be a period where I'm like, because I can think it and feel it now a bit of me, a bit like, I wish I didn't do that. I wish I did that. It could have been different. I know that that's not true.
Yeah.
And for anyone listening that's
not
experienced
true,
that, it's
yeah.
not true. Nothing you could have done,
Yeah.
I believe, in most, nearly all cases, would have changed the outcome.
Yeah.
But I do kind of think, I've kind of said to myself, it's like, that might come for me, and it might be something I have to work through, and I feel like I'm kind of ready for it.
Yeah.
I think the thing
That's really
there, it is good. The thing there is, like, just remember that your thoughts aren't the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But also-
you have to think it, because you have to go through it. That doesn't, just because you're thinking it doesn't mean that it's
It's
true,
the
or that
truth.
you even believe it.
Yeah.
You just have to think it, because your brain's like,
Yeah.
it's wanting you to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's difficult.
I think it's
with
it's
that.
great, and just even entertaining it and thinking like, okay, I think I'm ready to open up that box. Open up that box and explore what that is, whether it is with a professional or just even internally and privately, of just kind of like, okay, I've got a bit of capacity of some of these thoughts are coming up, and it's been a long time coming that I've had, and being able to give yourself the grace of like, of not trying to, shaming yourself of like, oh, why haven't I done this sooner or this or that. I've been of like, okay, they're arriving now. Yeah. I can't pinpoint what or why, whatever. Yeah. And they've arrived now. I'm like, okay, I'm going to look at you and go like, all right. Almost going back to what we were literally just talking about in terms of like that, reflecting on the things of when you were teenage girls and things like that. I've been of like, of quote, bad things or things that weren't kind or whatever, been of like, almost flipping everything we've been saying about our mums and whatnot, been of like, okay, you can do bad things, doesn't make you a bad person.
Exactly. You have to give so we're giving that grace to our parents. We have to give it to ourselves.
It's right back. Give it to ourselves. Being able to hold that truth of, okay, I can hold myself accountable and going of like, okay, some things weren't cool. Some things weren't cool back then. But that didn't make me a bad friend to her. It didn't drive her to taking her life. It didn't XYZ or whatever the narrative that is attaching to it. Two things can exist at once. That bad things can be done and we can react and do things, but I'm not a bad person and I didn't cause this.
And it's like, I think, I don't know, it's hard because I don't want to talk on suicide related deaths when I've not personally been through it, but it's also like, maybe you could have rang. That doesn't mean that it's your fault that it happened because you didn't. That can be true. Maybe I should have rang. Yeah. That doesn't make it your fault because you didn't. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
The outcome wouldn't be. It's not like that's the saver.
They're not the same thing.
But you will always try to because that phone call wasn't there. Yeah. It's always a speculation. But what if? It's always with suicide loss. There's always a speculation of what if. Yeah. And even if you did call Amy, you would there would be something else. You'd be like, oh, but if I did that, there will always there was always something that we will find to go. But if I did that, what about
And that's never ending. And like, that's continuous. It's like, what if I wrapped her in bubble wrap and kept her in my bag for the rest of my life? Yeah. Couldn't happen.
It's magical thinking, isn't it? I think that's what my therapist calls it. It's like the idea that, like, because I went through this phase of being like, oh my God, mum died and it was my fault.
Really?
I sent her to because I had a birthday party and I sent her out the house. And if I didn't send her out the house, she would still be here. And that's true. And I know that that's true.
That's not true.
That is true.
That's not true.
That's not... Anyway. Anyway. I think we've got some wires crossed.
Oh, sorry, don't let it know.
Maybe it is true.
You cute mum.
Maybe it is true. No.
No, but there are those. That is. I know how illogical that sounds. Like David being like, no, but like the way these narratives can become so crystal clear, logical. And I might have been like, I had a party, mum went out, I killed her.
That's just magical thinking. Like, that shit doesn't fucking happen. Yeah. Like, no. I didn't not retweet there'll be a girl dead at the end of your bed, and if you don't retweet this, then mum will die. I thought for at least 2 months that I didn't share one of those, and that's why she died.
Fuck up.
They were awful, innit? Like the WhatsApp chains that they were so
like,
bad.
I think that's your brain just being so desperate for a reason, and the reason is there's not a fucking reason.
He's trying to find logic in the illogic.
I have this now still, and it was really bad after grief, but I had it before grief, so I don't think it's that. I don't think it's anything to do with it.
OCD.
I've got something. And it would be like, if you don't cross these 4 slabs of concrete before that car, then your whole family's going to die. If you don't turn that light on and off, then you're going to burn alive. Yeah. Like that sort of thing.
What mine was, I used to... And I've heard like a handful of people say this before, and I'm hoping people listen, they'll be like, yeah, same. I'm not going to go as far as say fantasize, but I used to think... Amy's like...
Slow blink.
I used to think before my mum had died, think about what it would be like when she died. Of like... oh, what might that be like one day? And kind of imagining...
Oh, before you knew...
like years before, just kind of been of like, oh, God, yeah, what would it be like one day if my mum died, and thinking about it.
I never thought that.
And would cry.
I did.
Like, genuinely in my bed and crying. And then I'd be like, that's not right. But then there'll be a few times where I'd think about like the funeral and just being like, oh my God.
That's crazy.
And I was like, what? And then when she fucking died.
Did it match up?
Spoke it into existence, honey.
You
No, that is actually no, gently. That is the part. And then as later time has gone on, I'm learning about manifesting and speaking. I'm thinking, did I fucking
No.
no? But the same
stop
part of being
it.
into existence, like, did I think about it too much? And the energy, and world was like, you're trapped in the energy.
You're not that
Mum's gonna
important, Amber. I'm
die.
sorry.
Yeah.
You don't have that power. I'm sorry.
This is like when
They were like,
Bryony
smite her.
Bryony thought she killed
Peach's
Peach's Geldof because she ate peaches like an hour or something. Was it an hour?
I've killed her. It's like, no, you haven't. You just ate a peach.
Honestly, please.
Fucking hell.
Oh my god.
No, I know.
Just remember, guys, it's not your fault because you're not that important.
You're literally not
Universe
like
doesn't give a
couldn't-
fuck.
Yeah.
You couldn't think anything like that into existence.
No.
I think we've put some real stuff, and people are going to be like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Yeah, I've blacked out already. That's the thing. This is what happens.
You know,
like,
same true that I'm like,
I'm like,
no
finished
idea what I'm
filming now,
saying.
and then they're like, "What did you say?" And I'm like, "Suppose I'll find out when he edits it." Like, I don't
Find out
fucking
after
know.
break.
I honestly just talk to you all day though. I'm
Oh,
like,
honestly, the same.
The
We
way
need
it's
this
so
more. We
good.
need this more.
yeah, for sure.
It's
You
so
feel just
refreshing.
like such a like it's so weird that you feel like such a part of my grief, even though you know you ain't my
I know, but
family.
You ain't,
You weren't even
You ain't
there,
my
bitch. You ain't my family.
No,
You weren't
but-
even
but
there.
with so many synergies between us all, of
Yeah.
just the mirrorings in our stories, but also just how we process it as well. It's so important because you can't meet other grieving folk and just of like you're like, oh, we're not on the like same wavelength or stuff, or just of like the process of being of like saying like, oh yeah, I think my manifested my mum's death, or being able to say like, my mum was a bitch,
Yeah.
and not,
And then
and
they're like-
some people go, oh my god, and it is. I think sometimes of where you are in timelines in your grief, there'll be people who listen to this and being like, oh my god, I could never imagine thinking of my person in a negative, quote, negative light. And that's fine.
And
It's,
it's
not
okay
saying
to if
that,
you-
you must go through the process of going through like hating them and being angry. And it's not, but of like, it's really important to find the platforms, the places and the people who'd be like, yeah, I'm not afraid to say that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say, I was afraid to say it for a long time. And I'm not afraid to say it anymore
Yeah.
because I'm so okay with multiple truths about my grief for my mum, for myself, how I process things.
Yeah.
I'm okay with myself. I'm
Yeah.
good with myself. I'm good in my own skin.
Good.
Good.
You're inspiring.
You really are. I love you so much. You know what? Like, now that I've done it, it's like the coach wasn't even that bad.
it was worth it.
Like, it was
wasn't
somewhat
bad.
worth it. And I got to do it again tomorrow.
Well, guys, if you feel like you want to send us some money so Alicia can get the train next time,
That would be really great.
we need to someone needs to sponsor this shit so Alicia can.
Sponsor pods.
£5 a month and Alicia cannot get the Flixbus anymore.
Shall we start a Patreon?
I think you two should.
Really?
Let me know if you're
100%.
interested in a Patreon, okay?
Do you have one?
Got the membership.
Yes, Amber's membership sounds absolutely amazing. We were talking about it earlier. And yeah, you're doing absolute bits, as always.
Thanks.
You guys
Sometimes I
should
wish I
check it out. You already know about it if you're
already
here,
know.
but if you don't, you already know.
You already know.
But yeah, go check it out.
And we're going to be back for a part 2.
Yes.
After a
All your
sick
questions.
break.
After break.
Yeah.
Question time.
I'll be releasing it as a separate episode because we've been yabbering on for too long. So don't worry, your questions will be answered
Wow.
next time.
Next